Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/DualShock. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your phone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. What's up, everybody? Welcome to VGU.TV's PlayStation podcast, the DualShock Show, where greatness awaits. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Mobley, and with me this week is Alan Muir.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
That is a classic slogan. And, as always, Adnan Riaz is here. It's episode 51, gentlemen. That means next week. It's our birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Excited?
Nah,
Whole year we've been doing this.
Not really.
I'm excited. We've been doing this a whole year. Pretty crazy. And every week of that whole year, we've started every show with a little segment called "What Have You Been Playing?" And then what have you been playing this week?
I'm trying to think. I've been playing Assassin's Creed 3.
I heard that for a while you were not having fun.
Well, I looked at my achievements. The first one I got was in February of 2013. The last one I got was on the 25th of January 2014. It's taken me almost a year to complete the title.
I think it's kind of one of the weakest in the series.
Yeah, I think I'd just put it above Revelations, probably because the gameplay's it really, really does set the gameplay up for the fourth one, from what I've heard. It's bad. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's very dull. Story's very poor.
Yeah. Well, some would argue that the first one is also has a very poor story.
I think the first one got an interesting story for the Crusades. I like the first one. Stories.
I was talking about me. Still trying. But I'll make it.
Well, I enjoy it. I think Altair is a very good series protagonist.
I think he is.
Because I was discussing with Nate that he said that I liked Altair more than Connor, and Connor talks a bit more, but I was just there Altair's actions speak louder than his words, and that he's meant to be very arrogant. Like he believes that he's probably the best assassin out there, and then when throughout the game you see him develop as a character because he realizes where he's in the wrong, and really does become what he's meant to be. Like he's meant to be that master assassin he becomes that. Truly, so that's what I liked about it. And the game developed quite interesting. It had a very good plot twist as well. But yeah.
I think the few times that I've tried to play Assassin's Creed, my problem is not with Altair. I think that he is actually kind of an interesting character. I just think I don't really like the setting that much. It's not a setting that really interests me. And
I'm not.
And B, the story is kind of a slow burn, so it's
surprisingly
really
I'm not a medieval I'm not really an ancient kind of history kind of person, but that really did fascinate me about the game. I think it was set in a really interesting period. Crusades are always good to tinker with.
Yeah,
story.
I kind of liked the setting of 2 a little bit better. I might like the setting of 3, but it's not that much fun. And I kind of dig 4, I'm sure.
3 just had an incredible setting. American Revolution, it just doesn't get much better than that. I've also been slated for a few times.
You mentioned that in an Assassin's Creed article in a roundtable article, I think.
In a roundtable article, yes.
A long time ago, and people thought that people actually thought that you were American because you said that.
Yeah,
I was made fun of you.
Self-patriotic arsehole. That's what they thought I was. I think it's more funny when I commented to the guy and said I was British. It's just more funny. It goes to show you people. Goes to show you certain people.
Yeah, I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Sorry, I completely blanked out then. I've played Metal Gear Solid.
The first one?
Yes, I've been playing the first one.
Where are you right now?
Put the second disc in. Put the second disc in. So I've arrived at the boiler room.
Oh, the boiler room, yes.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that far. I haven't gotten a chance to put it back, turn it back on. I'm just about to confront Sniper Wolf for the second time.
I've only played it for a day.
Well, I mean, if I had the time, I'd probably be able to finish it in a day, but.
Yeah. Well, I was only playing for like, about 6 hours or so. Well, storming through it. Because the thing is that game is built in the back of my mind. There's literally nothing that caught me off guard, because like, I remember this, I remember that. And I was just there like, I really do need to go out into the sun sometime.
I have always played Metal Gear Solid, with a guide in the background, just in case I needed it. So, this is the first time I was like, let's try to do this without a guide, and see if I can make it through the game. And I saved a while back, I just got into the snowy field, and I'm about to have that sniper battle with Sniper Wolf. And I haven't been able to turn it on. But as the week progressed, I was like, I should really turn on Metal Gear. Something occurred to me, I was like, I never got those thermal goggles. That's gonna be a real bitch.
The easiest method I do is I run to the right-hand side of the map.
Yeah, that's what I
pull out my
do.
Nikita missiles, and then chase it down with it. Yeah. Surprisingly, it's one of the most effective methods.
It is.
But on the harder difficulty, she literally takes you apart if you do that.
Oh, man.
So you have to really, like, be careful what you do. But yeah, it's good.
I need to turn it back on. Anything else that you've been playing?
No, I've just been on those.
Alright. Alan, how about you?
I have been playing Sleepy Dogs.
Oh, Sleepy Dogs. Oh, such a good game, though. I love that game.
Sleepy Dogs.
Story is really awesome. The wedding is emotional.
Yeah.
Dog Eyes. The revenge for Dog Eyes. Against Dog Eyes. Fucked up. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's got to the part in the story where they're like, we haven't heard anything from Dog Eyes. Have you heard anything?
Yeah. Oh, that was good stuff. Oh, man. That line when Wilson's mother says Dog Eyes. Oh, man, chills. Tell ya. Alright, anything else that you were playing?
No, because I'm trying to get myself ready for next week, because next week we get Outlast on the PS4, and I'm reviewing that.
Right, we do get Outlast.
And I'm taking it because no one else will.
That's supposed to be the really scary one, huh?
Yeah.
I would try it, but I don't have PS4.
So
I would give it a shot, but it would be scary shit, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see what the big deal is. It's just taking place in a mental asylum.
Oh yeah, that's not terrifying in any way.
Yeah, see, it's not terrifying, not at all.
Oh man, don't play it in the dark. I watched that video on IGN where everybody was playing in the dark. Like Naomi Kyle cried because it scared her so bad.
Oh yeah, I bought a lamp to put literally.
You're like pointing it at the TV. You can't really see anything because it's glaring.
No, it's literally right next to where I sit, and it's a big ass lamp too.
That's good. That's good. Don't use your headphones. That'll probably be another thing.
Well, the thing is, the auxiliary cable for my Turtle Beach PX4 came in. So I probably will be playing with the headphones.
Oh man, you're gonna be deep in that. Very scary. Oh.
Yeah.
So that's all you've been playing, though. Just the Sleepy Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, I downloaded Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas off Steam yesterday.
Ooh.
Just to mod it.
Well, I mean, kinda. I mean, when you get a console version, it just kinda limits your That's a benefit I will say about PCs. See, I'm not completely hateful. I do recognize benefits.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been it.
I grabbed a couple of indies. So I tried Thomas Was Alone and immediately kind of fell in love. It's really charming. The narration is really good. Spelunky, I have given it a shot. I haven't played too much of it though. I turned on Crysis long enough to see the opening cinematic, the first Crysis. So they got Crysis for like $5, and I was like, you'd be crazy not to buy it and give it a shot, and I got it, and then I was like, but you know me, gotta get Crysis 1 and 2, so a couple of weeks go by, so I get a little more money, and got them both. DC Universe Online, downloaded it. My character is still there. Totally forgot about him. There he is. Played a little bit. Live stream that sometime. Puppeteer, I just turned on for a little bit, just to kind of see how it controlled. It's really cute and charming. I like it. And Shank. I never played Shank before, and it was like, I keep hearing good things about this Shank. And I turn on.
Shank or Shank?
Shank.
Okay, because it sounded like you were saying Shank. And I was like, are you being slightly racist?
No, Shank. Like a prison shank. Only, he's very violent. Good though. I like it. And of course, stuff on the Vita, you know. I got the Platinum and Sound Shapes Vita, so that makes 21. And I've been playing The Walking Dead on the Vita, just finished, episode 2. Man, I totally forgot how fucked up that episode is. I mean, I'm aware of the things that happen, but totally forgot about all the fucked up stuff that happens.
Is that Walking Dead?
Yes.
You're eating people!
Season.
Silent Green is people!
Still need to play it.
You need to play it. It's very, very good.
Why, yes, Lee. People are eating.
That's why I always pick Clementine, no. Sure, Duck still eats it, but you know, I don't give a shit.
No one liked Duck.
I like Duck. Enough.
He's just an idiot.
I like Duck enough, but you know, if I had to choose between everybody eats it or everybody but Clementine eats it, as long as Clementine doesn't eat it.
Yeah.
So, okay. That's all we've been playing, listeners. Now it's time to talk about what you're going to be playing with the PlayStation Plus deals. Alan, what did we get this week?
We got 2 games.
2 games?
Yeah, we got Brothers, The Tale of Two Sons.
Which I downloaded. I've heard it's very good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really, like a sleeper hit.
Yeah, I've heard it's very, very good.
And
I haven't gotten a chance to try it, but I can't wait to.
Yeah, we got that for free, and we got Worms Battle Island for Vita.
Technically, it's actually a PSP game.
Oh, it's a PSP game?
It's a PSP game, because I downloaded it and I was like, man, like, I think we talked about this last week, that like, don't they get Worms? Like, I think we were making jokes that the Worms was always on sale or always free for Europe for the longest time.
Yeah,
and then we got it, and I was like, man, I fucking hate Worms, but maybe I'll get some trophies, and I turned on and there were no trophies, and I was like, fuck you then! And it looked like a PSP game, like, it didn't match up with the PS Vita screen. It just wasn't right. So, that's totally a PSP game. But it's free, and if you like Worms, then
I don't know why you would like Worms.
I fucking hate Worms. It's so boring. It's not a fun game. Fuck you. Fuck you, Worms.
Next thing we got something discounted.
Yes, it's kind of kicking off this Vita sale thing.
The Vita
isn't it?
Play sale.
Yeah, it's kind of like one Vita game every week.
It's like what they had last year with DuckTales.
Yeah. Uh-oh. My kid's in the background. She's being fussy. Okay, and that game is
Ollie Ollie.
Ollie Ollie. Now, I've heard it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's a skateboarding game.
It's nothing like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, so if you tried to, practice your Tony Hawk's knowledge on Ollie Ollie, you would be completely lost.
Oh yeah,
But,
it's totally different game.
yeah, like controls are not similar, but it's apparently very, very good. So,
Yeah, you can get that for $10.39.
so if you're into skateboarding games, pick it up.
Yeah.
Support the Vita.
Now on to notable additions and deals.
Yes. I'm excited for the first one. Very excited for the first one.
Infamous Second Son PS4 pre-order for $59.99.
It is officially live. You can pre-order Infamous Second Son with PlayStation 4. That means it's almost here, listeners.
Yeah, but
That means I need to start getting
about
a
a month and a
PS4
half.
really soon.
Month and a half away.
Oh yeah. So close. Can't wait. I was talking with a coworker yesterday, and I was telling her how I'm so excited about the PlayStation 4 in March, and she goes, "I'll get it when Kingdom Hearts comes out." And I was like, "No. I mean, Infamous is like in March," and she goes, "I don't like Infamous." I was like, "Why don't
We
you
are
like Infamous?"
no longer friends.
I was like, "Get out of my store." But she was, but I tried to ask her why she didn't like Infamous, and she was like, "I don't like playing as a person." It's like, excuse me?
Well, that doesn't make sense at all.
I was like, what else are you going to play as? And she goes, well, I have a game where you play as a dog. You play Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot. Maybe I could play as Sonic the Hedgehog.
She's a people hater.
But I was like, but in Infamous you can play as a person with superpowers. And she was like, I'm already a person. I don't need to play as a person. I was like, it's not about playing as a person. It's about experiencing the story. Why do you hate everything I love? So, she won't be getting Infamous Second Son, but you should, listeners. Don't be terrible. Okay. What else is notable on the store, Alan?
Grid 2 Reloaded.
Ooh.
For $49.99.
I didn't realize. Didn't we just get Grid 2 for free?
Yeah, so don't buy it.
Yeah. Come on. Get out of here.
Next up is Kickbeat for $2.99, which is cross-buy for PS3 and Vita.
Not for me.
Next up is Sound Shapes, which is cross-buy for PS3, 4, and Vita for $7.34.
I grabbed the Vita version of Sound Shapes and just platinumed it. That makes the platinum on the PS3 and the Vita. Not an easy platinum, but an attainable platinum. The levels can get really grating when you're playing them. I'll spend a while on one level, just like, oh, god damn it! Oh, fuck! Son of a bitch! Oh! But, oh man. So satisfying the platinum. Moving along.
Everyday Shooter for PS3 for $2.50. Everyday Shooter for the Vita for $2.
Okay.
Crisis 3 for $20.
You just got that for like $5.
Yeah.
You missed your chance, listeners.
Mr. Chance. No, you
If
can't.
you like Crisis, you should have gotten it then.
For $5.
For $5? For $5? I don't know why I slipped into a walk-in right there. I don't.
Next up is Tom's favorite game.
Tom's favorite.
He ain't here, but it's his favorite game. Demon's Souls.
Yeah. He ain't here, but you can tweet him at Gaming Hobbyist and say maybe you should move to America for the week so that you can get Demon Souls for $13.49.
Yeah, $13.49. Next up is the Weezer song pack for Rocksmith 2014, which is $11.99 and comes with about, I think, 5 or 6 Weezer songs.
Josh has been CEO. Josh has been playing the Rocksmiths because he just bought a friend's PS3, and so now he has a working disc drive. So he's been playing a lot of Rocksmith, I've noticed. That's it for this side. What about across the pond?
You want to take that?
I can, yes. Notable additions and deals. Nothing for PlayStation Plus. But notable additions and deals over across the pond. Adnan, you're gonna get Dragon Ball Z. Battle of Z.
No.
Isn't that exciting? Don't you love that Dragon Ball Z? He's like, I could give a shit. I don't,
I could give 2 shits about that.
I always forget which is which. I think it's $44.99 in pounds and $54.99 in euros. Guacamelee Bundle Fantastico. It's not racist, it's just silly. $13.99 in pounds and $17.99 in euros. Oddworld A box.
Actually, Matt, you've been getting it wrong.
Have I mixed them up?
Yeah, it's the other one is pounds.
Okay, so Dragon Ball Z, $44.99 in euros, $54.99 pounds. Guacamelee, $13.99 in euros and $17.99 in pounds. I always mix them up. I don't know what this Oddworld A box is. I don't know what that is. But
neither do I. I saw it.
I like that. I like Oddworld. So
yeah.
It is $4.99 in euros and $6.19 in pounds. Lightning returns Final Fantasy 13 demos on store. Little Big Planet 2 DC Comics costume pack, $4.79 in euros and $5.99 in pounds. That's on store. And now it's time for our mid-show advertisement. For you, the listeners of the DualShock Show podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. You can check out books like World War Z by Max Brooks, or Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin, Tough Shit by Kevin Smith, good book. If you want to check out some books from my favorite author, I like Bret Easton Ellis. I know they have Lesson Zero on there, pretty good book, or American Psycho. Luna Park is a good book that he's written, and it's narrated by James Vanderbeek. He does a pretty good job, from what I can tell. I listened to the excerpt once. You can find these and so many other books. You can get one for free if you download with a free 30-day trial. And you go through audible.com/DualShock. And now it's time for This Week in PlayStation. Alan, would you like to begin, or should I?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Namco Bandai made news this week that it would be changing its English name from Namco Bandai to Bandai Namco.
That doesn't roll as well at all.
Yeah, this is being done in order to give value and appeal to the brand. Bandai Namco's next game, Dark Souls 2, is coming out in March.
That doesn't, Adnan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like this. Bandai Namco. I've been saying Namco Bandai for years.
Namco Bandai has such a better way to say it. It just doesn't make sense.
Namco Bandai it just rolls off the tongue really well. Bandai Namco is just awkward.
Bandai Namco is awkward.
I don't know. Next up, Minecraft on PS3 has sold 1 million copies since its release on December 17th. As of last December. Did I say December 17th? Because that's what I meant. If I didn't, I mixed myself up. As of last December. Oh, jeez. Kids in the background making noises, making squeaky baby noises. As of last December, Minecraft has sold 23 million copies on PC and 360 combined. So, everybody loves that Minecraft. I mean, because Minecraft is probably your game. I just am not. I was never good with Legos, so I guess it makes sense that I wouldn't like Minecraft, but it's just not for me. I don't know.
Naughty Dog has announced that it is doubtful that 2014 will see Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us Game of the Year edition released on the PS4 and PS3 respectively.
Oh, well, that's coming up next. So I was just about to say that. I was just about to bring that up. Speaking of The Last of Us, its first story DLC, Left Behind, will also be its last story DLC. Eric Monicelli of Naughty Dog said, what is it? I'm trying to talk about PlayStation. Eric Monicelli of Naughty Dog said, quote, there's multiplayer DLC up next. We don't have any more single-player DLC planned. He wrote before reassuring commenters that Left Behind will be good length. Depends on how good you are and what difficulty you're playing at, really. I kind of expected that there wouldn't be a whole lot of other story DLC, I mean, I was hoping for some Bill's Tower Defense. But, there's not a whole lot of other places to go with that. I feel like if they went after the main campaign, if they tried to pick up after the campaign, it would be trying too hard. I think that the ending to The Last of Us is actually perfect, and I don't want it.
It just doesn't need it. I don't even want this DLC. I'm just not interested. I was more fascinated by how it's done. The story is perfect. I don't really need like a pre-story or anything else.
I'd like to see this one. I mean,
I think it was
this is basically what this is. The Left Behind DLC, this is basically kind of expanding on the story that Ellie told just before we hit credits in The Last of Us. A story that she kind of kept to herself and then kind of sprung up on us like in the last, it had to be like the last really 10 minutes of the game. No. Was it after the drafts or was it right before credits? Do you remember? I think it was right before the credits. So really, last 10 minutes of the game, she kind of springs the story on us, and it's kind of like, oh my god, like I didn't even know. And it's kind of it's not like it's poorly done.
Yeah, I'm just not sold on it really. For me, The Last of Us was done with the.
I want to see it. I want to play it because I like The Last of Us. I really loved it, and I'm all for more story, and it will give me another chance to play the game. But I don't know. I can understand why you might not be that interested in it. Because it is, like, Last of Us, I know everybody keeps saying this, there are two types of people I've seen over the last year. And there's people that think The Last of Us is perfect, and then there are people who think that The Last of Us is overrated. I'm one of those that personally thinks that it's perfect.
I'm in the middle.
I mean, it's not.
It's not perfect.
Well, as far as the story is concerned, I think it's perfect. But I don't, no game.
I don't really consider
perfect.
I wouldn't consider it perfect. There's nothing really perfect in like any game that I've ever seen. There are flaws with it, but
as far as the story that they're trying to tell is concerned, I think the story is perfect. It's what I should.
The story is brilliant.
That's what I should have said. I apologize, but I think that the story is perfect. It's told perfectly. I think from start to finish, it's just, it hits all its marks. But I don't mind a little extra story. Gives me a chance to play the game again, since it is a prequel. Be able to just pick it right back up after I'm done with Left Behind. Anyway, moving right along.
Tecmo Koei have announced that Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z will miss its release date in February and March in Europe and North America by a few weeks.
I still playing that game.
Personally don't care. I don't play Ninja Gaiden.
It's like, who the fuck plays Ninja Gaiden in 2014? Like, come on.
And to clear people's memories, this isn't a Ninja Gaiden standalone game. This is a fighting game that has Ryu in it
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jeez.
Excuse my language, but Jesus Christ.
It does have
We're
Beck.
explicit. You don't have to apologize.
They just don't learn, do they?
It does have Beck though from Mighty Number 9.
Yay.
So you can take Beck and kick Ryu Hayabusa's ass.
Yeah.
That's just...
Ryu Hayabusa. Oh my god, it's Ryu from Ninja Gaiden! I love that game!
Said no one ever.
Said one person in a Flash video once. Oh man. Fulbright co-creator Steve Gaynor revealed that BioShock and System Shock take place in a theoretical shared universe.
Hey, there's one more name.
Oh, wait. Where? I said Gone Home, BioShock, and System Shock.
No, you said BioShock and System Shock.
Oh, I said Gone Home.
Said System Shock.
Said System Shock as well. Regardless, Gone Home, BioShock, System Shock take place in a theoretical shared universe. Gaynor said, and in Minerva's Den, again in a totally non-litigious way, we very lightly imply that BioShock takes place in the same universe as System Shock. So in theory, if you were to make a lot of logical leaps, all of those games have been linked together by our ridiculous retconning. So wait, hold on. How, I haven't played Gone Home. How is that part of the same universe?
There are
Is that right now?
references to Minerva's Den in Gone Home.
I haven't played it, and I haven't played Minerva's Den in I haven't played it in years, so.
So there are certain things that are from Minerva's Den.
Mm.
So basically they've
Like people or?
like historical stuff
Oh, I see.
and other shit.
I
So
see.
basically they've tethered a web
Uh-huh.
that has Gone Home, Minerva's Den, BioShock, System Shock. It's all entangled.
And then technically, of course, BioShock Infinite as well.
BioShock Infinite, which
Just laps everything up. Once
Yeah.
universe. Basically, just explain that at the end of BioShock Infinite. It's like we make every game in the same universe.
Yeah.
Different alternative path in each way.
yeah. So
Clever way to tie in, to be honest. Give them that. It's clever.
my real question: where was the lighthouse in Gone Home?
Is Gone Home even made by the same people, or are they just making references just for the fuck of it? What they
No,
do?
Steve Gaynor actually wrote Minerva's Den.
Oh, okay.
So these are
So he's got ties to it. He's not just
he's
not
got
just
ties.
a fan.
He's not just being a dick and tying.
He's like, fuck you, Ken Levine. This is part of my universe. I just tied myself to your universe, Ken Levine.
Yeah.
Well, okay. All right then.
Tomb Raider Definitive Edition will be running at 60 frames per second on PS4,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and half of that on the X-Pro, according to Square.
I haven't seen a video, but I have seen a picture.
I've seen
and
it.
It does look very lovely.
Yeah, it doesn't look great on the X Pro. Especially if it's running at 30 frames. That's
I've seen PS4 pictures, and it looks pretty awesome.
Yep, another game I have to review.
I reviewed it last year, the regular version, and I gave it an A.
Make sure you write about her detailed new face and hair.
Be
All
sure
those polygons.
Be sure to link to my review for the original game.
Make sure you quote me at the top of that review. All those polygons.
Spoiler. It's a good game. Really that review is just gonna be like, how's it look?
It finishes, you're a Croft, Lara.
Lara Croft.
You're a Croft.
That's gonna be the subheading. It's gonna be Tomb Raider definitive version. Lara Croft. the full cast for Bethesda's Elder Scrolls Online, that I couldn't give a shit about, has been revealed, and it's quite a doozy, because it includes the following: John Cleese from Monty Python, Bill Nighy from Pirates of the Caribbean, Kate Beckinsale of the Underworld franchise, Alfred Molina, you might remember him from Spider-Man 2, who's really good in that. Michael Gambon from Harry Potter, Malcolm McDowell from A Clockwork Orange, and, oh, my favorite, Linda Carter, Wonder Woman herself.
It's a pretty cool cast.
My girlfriend is lit up when she heard me say Linda Carter, but I also have to remind her that this is Elder Scrolls Online, and Bethesda can't make a PlayStation game. So
No. It's going to be fine because it's not running the same type of software.
And also, I just don't like Elder Scrolls. So
Elder Scrolls are good, but I mean, Skyrim.
I'm tired of dragons. I'm tired of dragons.
Basically, you're as tired of dragons as Butters is tired of wieners.
I can't wait for Infamous to have a dragon in it.
I'm tired of dragons as the world was tired of vampires in the Twilight craze.
I hope they put in dragon in Infamous second son.
Jeez.
You just see one in Metal Gear as well. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
I would just be streaming and then all of a sudden it pops up and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Okay.
Killzone Shadowfall will be getting clan support in the next update.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The first phase will arrive with patch 1.09, which is currently slated for an early February release, said Victor Zulian. Or Zoylan.
Zoylan? I think so. It's Uylen. We've covered our tracks.
Who is the community editor. This came from the most requested feature on the Killzone player voice feedback system, which will come out in stages. It won't come out full out in clan mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna
kind of build up, huh?
Yeah, they're gonna build up upon each installment to keep players happy, and hope they don't try and do something like go to Battlefield, game that doesn't work.
Well, from what I understand, the Killzone Shadowfall multiplayer is apparently really, really fun.
Yeah, it really is good.
Apparently better than the story itself, because Josh has been playing Killzone Shadowfall, and he was like, I'm kind of disappointed with the story.
Yeah.
But then again, Killzone's kind of touch and go with the story as it is.
I'm either like...
It's a multiplayer shooter first.
No, it's more of a, what Call of Duty used to be.
Yeah. A shooter.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, I'm serious. It used to be a shooter. Call of Duty used to be a shooter.
Yeah.
That kind of game
but they ruined it.
Oh. Our final story for the week. There are rumors out there that Sony will be announcing a slim model of the PlayStation Vita for Europe and North America on Thursday, January 30th. That's 2 days from now. No, it's 3 days.
Man, your math is terrible.
I'm telling you. Now that I have a kid and I'm working all the time, my days kind of all just blend together. So that's 3 days from now. But really, this show's going to go up by tomorrow. So it's really 2 days from now. So, when you're listening to this, Albert. A slim model already exists in Japan, but there is not one available in the other two regions. Now, I was thinking about this the other day. I was holding my Vita and I was like, this isn't really that fat.
Yeah, it's like, what are they gonna cut from it?
It won't.
By the way, listeners, this is going to lead us into our topic of the week. PS Vita Slim. Sorry, Annan. I wanted to.
What
were you going to say?
Well, they're going to do redesigns either way. They'll find some way to like knock it down a little bit. It always happens.
Because I was looking at it and I was like, this Vita is really actually kind of thin as it is. Can it get much more thin? Like, okay, it probably could. But do we really want a thinner Vita? I mean, if we look at the Vita now, if it got much thinner, it'd be very, very fragile. Like, that's how I feel.
It'd be like an iPhone.
I wonder if they're going to put any more enhancements into it.
So, I don't know.
They tend to do that.
I love my Vita. I love my Vita very, very much. And I mean, you know, I just got it, so like, but even if I had it, like, since day one, I don't think I would want a slimmer version. I like it. I think it's perfect the way it is, really.
As someone who's had a Vita since day one, I don't see the point in getting
a slimmer model. Like, okay, I can understand maybe the PlayStation 3s when they got slimmer. You know, the first edition of the console was really fat and bulky and kind of ugly, and
I still like that one.
Well,
I think it's a freaking great design.
That doesn't fucking make it any less ugly, Adnan.
It's not ugly. It's got really like nice
kind of ugly. It's really big and bulky and
it's big
loud.
And I'm not going to be carrying it around, am I? It does look quite nice.
Oh, sure, but it's loud and it overheats, and so it was
loud. Compared to my Xbox, it's quiet.
Well, yeah. Well, and that's another reason that they did with Xbox as well, that they got a slim version, and that's fine. Like, I can understand that. I don't know why they went with an even slimmer model of the PlayStation 3, because I didn't like that slide top. I hated it.
I don't like how you can just tap it and it'll automatically slide open.
Yeah, and you can't put anything on it. Like if you're like, oh, I need to save some space. I gotta stack some of my games on my PS3. You can't do that. So,
you try doing that, all your discs come tumbling down.
Exactly. Or it, like, crushes the door. So.
Yeah. No one wants that, people.
No. I mean, I don't know why they did another slim version, but I can understand why there are slimmer versions of consoles. There'll probably be a PS4, the PS4 Slim at some point. Even though when I look at that too, like, I mean, I guess it's the same with like every version of the PlayStation. You just kind of look at it and you're like, it doesn't need to be slimmer. Can it get slimmer? Does it, you know? And then it happens, and you're like, oh, this is really nice. But as far as the Vita is concerned, I really don't think that it needs to be slimmer. Honestly. I mean, this is gonna be kind of like the PSP. Like, the PSP had 3 different versions. I got a 2000.
Yeah,
I think
PSP
it was only
machine.
PSP. What was the difference between the each iteration? It was just like a bigger hard drive.
Well, I had the original one, and then I had the final one, the PS3 3000. There was a huge difference. Jesus Christ, they did a number on that one. They really made it better on the 3000. And that is still a terrible console.
Still got a terrible thumbstick though.
Yeah, there's fucking terrible games on it as well. There's no support.
Not terrible games. There's not terrible games on it.
Really?
My PSP 3000 came with the Rock Band. On
PSP, I have Metal Gear Solid. I have Metal Gear Solid. I have Grand Theft Auto, and I have some really great Final Fantasies on there. So I would say that the PSP has some pretty good games.
Well, yeah, but Peace Walker was good. I'm really not hugely sold on the Vice City.
Well, that's bad.
Stories. Yeah, but it wasn't really the greatest console. I mean, for a handheld that you spent so much money on. Especially when its selling point was mainly the UMD thing.
No, that's why I bought a PSP 2000 like years later for like maybe $80, I think.
Yeah, I had a cycle, but that was just like I sold it after a bit because it got really poor.
But like, you know, I mean, like, Final Fantasy IV was amazing on that handheld.
I really do not regret getting the 16 gig memory card. Or memory stick for my Vita.
What really sucks though is
How expensive they are?
my PSP's like, well, yeah, that too. But I was actually talking about, I was lingering on the PSP long enough to say that my PSP is basically broken. Like, I can't turn it on unless it's plugged in.
Oh, I lost my PS3. I mean, not my PS3. I did lose my PS3. I lost my PSPs, plural. I think I had 3 or 4 of them. Because I kept losing them all the time.
Mm.
Then just ended up, turns out they were under my bed the entire time.
Oh.
But I ended up losing all of them when Sandy hit. So I literally lost them in the waters.
Yeah. Mine you gotta plug in the charger.
Oh, it's one of those where it has to be on life support.
To turn it on. You can't turn it on without it.
Has to be on
life support. It's on life support now.
Wow.
It used to not be. Now it's on life support all the time. I mean, like, I just get a new one because I'm sure they're really, really cheap right now. But I put the Beyond 200 skin on it, so I feel bad. That's alright though. Not a whole lot of playing going on PSP anyway. Got that Vita now. So, because my girlfriend is amazing. Don't nod at me. Don't look at me like that. So, PS Vita Slim. Are we for it or against it? Ant-Man, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't mind. Either way,
would you buy one? Do you even have a Vita, Ant-Man?
No, it's too expensive.
Get the fuck out of here!
It's way too expensive.
$200.
Yeah, but I also have a PS. Well, I will probably own a PS4, so I don't really need a Vita.
Yes, you do.
A Vita is very good.
The only title
and Vita is really cool. Like, it's implemented more now with a PS4. Like,
yeah. I mean,
have you done the remote play with the Vita?
I don't think I'll ever need remote play. That's the thing for me.
The one thing that I don't like about remote play that that if Sony could lock down a way to do this, it would be so amazing. Is if they could make it so that you could do remote play on your Vita, but someone else could still use the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
I think
that would be amazing. Like, like if I'm in the middle of a game and my girlfriend comes to me and says, "Hey, you know what? You've been on that fucking thing all day. Can I watch some Netflix?" I'd be like,
"You
sure.
Son of a bitch!
You piece of shit." I'd be like, "Sure," and then I'd remote play onto my Vita and get to continue my save, and she get to watch some Netflix. But instead, like we have with the PS3 and now with the PS4, it just says remote plays in progress, and then you can't do anything with your TV. Mm-hmm. So that would be really cool if they could lock that down, find out a way to do that. It's also difficult to like make remote play work for specific games. Like I tried to do remote play on my Vita with the first Metal Gear Solid, the PS1 classic, and I was like, how do I access my items? I don't have second triggers. Oh.
Unless you can kill all everyone without your weapons.
Yeah, exactly. Because I didn't want to like sit up and play it, but I was like, I guess I'm doing this then. I do have Metal Gear Solid HD, and you can actually like touch the screen to open up your inventory on either side, which is pretty cool. Me personally, for Vita Slim, it's probably gonna happen. You know, I can't stop it. Personally though, I wouldn't get it. I like my Vita. I think it's perfect the way it is.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, but if I could stop it, here's what I would do.
No. They're gonna
just Matt outlining a strategy for stopping it.
At the end,
I go into Sony headquarters, Mission Impossible style, steal the plans for the PS Vita Slim, and then I'd throw all my stealth out the window and just shake Jackie T and be like, "Hey, what are you doing? You don't need a PS Vita Slim."
At the end of the day, Sony is it's going to be a business company, so it's looking for a profitable game.
Sure.
Same as Nintendo. There's always going to be remodels because you can improve.
Of course. That's why there's like 80 different versions of the DS.
Yeah, say that they do get, well, some of them get better with the improvements. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it is, because if it has different, like, if it's got improvements, it could be helpful in the long run.
Yeah.
Subtle improvements.
What about you, Alan? How do you feel about the PS Vita Slim?
Well, it's, as you guys know, that when they make a portable or
A
handheld slimmer, they don't just make it slimmer and call it a day. They do more, like they make the battery like 20% more.
They do something with it.
They make a whole bunch of improvements.
I think that would be the only reason that I would get one. It's like, if my Vita ends up like my PSP, just like on life support, then it's like, it needs a replacement. I need a replacement Vita. You know? But,
I mean, I'll be honest, the last time I used my Vita was to watch an episode of Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah, from that, man.
Lost is a great show.
And the thing is, I wasn't even watching an episode of Lost. I was watching one of the recap episode specials they do every year.
Well,
I occasionally watch Netflix on my Vita.
John Locke's faith was shattered, and he lost his faith.
I mostly watch it like I mostly watch shows that like. I only watch shows on Netflix on my Vita if it's a show that like my girlfriend hasn't caught up to me yet. Like Sons of Anarchy, I've watched all of it. She's watching none of it. So like I'm sitting here watching season 5 while she's she's watching other stuff if she wants. I do wish that they put like Hulu Plus there so I could like boot that up, or Amazon Prime. Well, maybe not Amazon Prime. There's not a whole lot that I want to watch on Amazon Prime except for Workaholics.
God, that show is so great.
That show is really, really funny. Did you see them on, sidetrack, did you see them on Conan recently?
No,
they had a fake argument on Conan, and then they all sang to each other. And the way that they led into it, like they argued, and Anders came and moved closer to Conan, and was like, "I'm sorry, they just get like this sometimes. They think they're the best. I'm the best." And then Conan pulls out a guitar and they start singing at each other, and it's really awesome. Like, if you find the video, because it's really awesome. I watched it like twice because the song is just ludicrous and silly and fun.
But
anyway.
but my answer is yes, I would buy it.
I think I am amending my answer to I would only buy it if my Vita was on life support. So I'd only buy it as a replacement Vita.
Depends how much it is as well. It'll probably be something ridiculous.
I mean, if it comes out of the gate being like $150, then I don't know what I do about my current Vita.
Well, I mean, if it comes out of the gate at are you saying that if it came out of the gate at $150, that you'd be like, oh man, that's a tempting price point?
Yeah, that's very tempting.
Well, I mean, if it's going to come out at $150, it's only going to get cheaper, you know? Right?
Now they could introduce a very stupid marketing strategy.
They don't really
like
doesn't really go down on the handheld systems until a new model comes out, or if it starts to do poorly in sales. That's the issue with it. The thing is that this Vita model is going to have to be at a reasonable price, and it's going to really have to be like, very
because
different.
The Vita's good, but it's still in many ways struggling.
The point is though, it's like with like the DS, for example, and the DS Lite, that was a huge leap in upgrade. And people would be willing to buy that, but the further models that came out, like DSi XL, whatever, they weren't really like huge improvements. They were subtle ones, but they increased the price a lot. So obviously those older ones would go down in price, but the thing is that you have to really sell to your consumers, and they're not going to spend $60 $10 more on a PS Vita if they can just get one that's already does pretty much all the perks.
Yeah.
Because I've already held one, and it's light enough. I don't think it'd really, like, mess me about. I'd probably throw it in my bag, and if I was on the move.
And it can easily fit in your pocket.
Yeah. Well, I think the pocket thing's a bit like, you know, I think most people really just have bags now and stuff, and whatever when they're going around.
I wouldn't want to be jangling around in my bag. Fragile.
Yeah, and also,
You don't want it to fuck up the sticks either.
And also, you could be some sketchy dude could be following you.
Yeah, exactly.
True. I also be wondering why it's following me. But
you drop your bag in the wrong way, and it's gonna crack that screen.
Yeah, I'd have a case though. That's the thing, though. That's what I mean. It's more like the thing is that people have cases for their stuff, and then throw them in their bags or whatever.
Yeah. So actually, in general, we're actually kind of for the Vita Slim. We're just not gonna buy it immediately.
I just don't think I'm gonna buy a Vita.
You should get a Vita.
There's not really much of a selling point for me. I mean, like unique title wise. Yeah, no, it's
called Metal Gear HD Collection.
I own it on
HD
Xbox
Collection,
360
more
and
trophies.
PlayStation 3. Like, I don't need it again.
Yes, you
the thing
do.
is, though,
I needed it again. I got it.
Basically, I'm writing a piece now. Well, I'm basically writing a little bit off topic, but same thing. I'm writing a piece on Nintendo as well. And what I'm saying is that when you have a catalog like the 3DS collection, it's really superior in titles that you can get. That's what the selling point is. But then with the Vita's got Tearaway. It's got a lot of indie support, but barring that, it's not really got a selling point for me. Like, I really wouldn't like you to pull me in.
Adnan, I don't think you understand. You can take Metal Gear anywhere.
Yeah, you can.
True.
I literally took it out and played some of Metal Gear Solid 2, and I'm like, man, I don't like this Raiden guy.
But you also have Metal Gear Solid 3, so it evens out.
And I'm like, I got killed by a Japanese flying squirrel.
Great game.
I'm not completely sold on the PS Vita yet.
I mean, Metal Gear Solid 2 is weird, but it's still a good game.
It's interesting.
Interesting.
It builds everything up. That's how I see it.
It builds everything up. The whole GW thing.
Yeah.
Don't you think that'll bring us to our question of the week?
Do we have a question of the week? This one still has last week.
Our question of the week this week is, are you for...
We did not update question of the week just yet. That's okay, we're doing that right now. Would you buy a PlayStation Vita Slim?
Well, are you for...
Are you for or against PlayStation Vita Slim? Would you buy it? Gotta have a twofer. But I mean, I guess if you're for or against it, tells us that like you whether or not you buy it. So there you go. Are y'all for it? That's going to be a question of the week. We don't really have any answers for last week, do we?
No, because I actually fell asleep like an hour or two, like a couple hours ago, when I was supposed to be asking for questions. So
that's okay. So did I.
What was the question?
I fell asleep at like 5:30 in the morning. And then I woke up at about 9 o'clock, so I could do this. So we don't have answers. That's okay. We also don't have any questions. So that's going to bring us to our closing. Please don't forget about our question of the week. Are you for or against the PlayStation Vita Slim? Answer it for us, and we'll read your answer for next week. Thank you for listening to VGU.TV's PlayStation podcast, The DualShock Show. Rate and subscribe to our iTunes under VGU.TV. Wait.
Podcasts.
You gotta write that down, because I'm never gonna remember. Rate and subscribe to our iTunes under VGU.TV podcast. 5 stars. Maybe even leave us a review. Please visit our website, VGU.TV. Find us on Facebook or tweet us at VGU.TV. You can also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/VGU.TV official, where you can also find this podcast in static video format. Remember to give our sponsor Audible a try at audibletrial.com/DualShock, and you can get a free audiobook.
And a 30-day free trial.
And a 30-day free trial. DualShock also has a Facebook and a Twitter. You can find us at DualShock Show for both. That's all one word, DualShock Show. Or if you want to tweet at us individually, Alan is at the Alanmure. That's TheAllanMuir. I am at Mattman07. That's with two T's in case you were wondering. Adnan is at AdnanRiaz9. That's AdnanRiaz and the number 9. And Tom, I mentioned before, is at Gaming Hobbyist. This is a PlayStation show, so if you want to play on PSN with us, Alan is that Jewboy. That's all one word, that Jewboy, B-O-I. I am Mattman310. Adnan is X, Twin Snake X. And Tom is Pi_Guy. That's Pi Guy that got the pie. Thank you again for listening to DualShock, and we'll see you next time. Never stop playing.